You remain, you remain. Let's talk about you remaining. Let's talk about how every single thing, everything, there is nothing in your world, not one dang thing in your world that doesn't come and go. Every single flippin' thing in your world comes in, says hi, interacts with you, and then goes. Even the things you are desperate for them to stay, they at some point go. They come in, interact with you, and go. They come in, interact with you, and go. Some things come in with your permission. Some things seemingly come in without your permission. And then they all go with either or, your permission or no permission. But there is the one thing that never does. The one thing. You. And not the you that has a name, because your name changes a lot, right? I mean, for me, it did. I have one of those names that can be so many different versions. It can be Chrissy, it can be Chris, it can be Christy, it can, it has all these different versions, and I've been all of them. But I'm talking about the you that has been with you through all the changes, whether it's your body changes, whether it's your preference changes, your mind changes, your belief changes, whatever. It's the you that's been there through them all. It's the you that was there when you were 10 years old. It's the you that was there when you were 20. It's the you that's always with you. It's the you that's there when you fall asleep. It's the you that's the first thing there when you wake up in the morning. It's the you that's sitting here listening to this video, manifesting this video for you, some reason or another. So your world around you changes all over the place, and you are the perceiver, the interactor, the director, the everything. You get to be the main actor, you get to be the prop, and you get to be, the writer of this amazing, amazing movie. You get to be it all. Sorry, big stretch. Oh, early morning. Gotta have some more coffee. Hold on. Drink your coffee. It's the you that was there when you didn't like coffee. It's the you when you think coffee is lifeblood. It doesn't have a preference within it all, right? It doesn't get cold. It doesn't get hot. It doesn't get sick. It doesn't get healthy. It doesn't fall in love. It's there when you are out of love. It's there when you're confused and frustrated. And it's there when you're celebrating. It's this, it's something that you got to interact with. It's something that you have to play with. There's no right or wrong with this aspect of you. There just is. It's always right there, and it's so easy to find because all you do is talk to you. And the coolest thing is this: perhaps this is where we need to put all our attention and all our focus. If you wake up in the morning and you're doing some ceremony with lots of effort to try and force your reality to change the way you want it to be, number one, has that ever worked? Have you ever manifested from force? Yeah, I'm trying to think from a space of unbiasedness here. Have I ever well, I could say I've manifested out of desperation, that's for sure. And I used this example in a previous video. I, desperately had to go to the bathroom and I manifested a bathroom perfectly. But I mean, over and above, did it ever work, is did you like it? I mean, that's the really bottom line. Why go through this life if you're not liking it? And this is the next part of this video, is this: you always are going to come home to you. You know, you are, when you're done meditating, who do you come back to? When you're done watching that movie, who do you come back to? When you're done scrolling, who do you come back to? When you're done falling in love and having the relationship of your dreams and then it goes away, who do you always come back to? And once again, shouldn't that be your number one relationship you work on? And number two, why need to work on it? It's you. And it's the coolest thing, the coolest thing is this part of you is easy to fall in love with. It's easy. And it's not because, I think it's just because it's so, number one, available anytime you need it. Never, ever, 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 ever is this aspect of you, the you. Some people call it spirit. Some people call it soul. I call it you. You know, that never is this aspect of you not available. Never. It's an impossibility. It's always right here with you. But if you're looking for it, like if you're looking for it in the way so that you can grab it and really see it with complete clarity, it's like trying to grab a cloud. You can't. It eludes your ability to do that because it's not of this 3D states reality. See, it's not a state. Ooh, there we go. See, I'm always trying to figure out the you, the soul, the spirit. That's how I know it's like a cloud. But I also know that it's always there for me. It's never gone. It's never disappeared. It's just, I'm looking for it in a play. I'm looking for it as if it's lost, and it's not lost. It's never been lost. And that's why when I'm in the state of searching of, I need to find this, it's not as easy to interact with. And when I relax, like, especially like at night, if I'm about to fall asleep, this aspect of me is right there. And I can ask it questions at any time, even if I'm in the space of, you're lost, where are you? You know, it's always, I'm right here. I'm right here. You know, your states overlap, but that's a whole different video. It's not a state of being because it's present within all your states, your state of mind. See, and that's exactly, oh, this is big. This went from an easy, fun little coffee video to, but hell, that's me. I always go down the rabbit holes. All right, let's have another sip of coffee because why the hell not? All right. So first, number one, do you have any semblance of what I'm talking about? Are you understanding me? You know, I grabbed your hand. Let's go down the rabbit hole together. I think the harder you try and figure it out, the less you can, you know. I find that this aspect of you is just, it's you. I mean, it truly is the permanent you at all times. At all times. There's never a time in your life where this aspect of you, and you could call it the real you could give it so freaking many names, but that's not it, because every aspect of you is the real you. It's all real, it's all part of you, but it's so fun to have something, you know, the one thing in your life you can count on, you can rely on. And when I did the podcast with Richard Lang on the headless way, his technique of the headless and all that, that's just another way of interacting with you, with this part of you. But once again, you know, there's exercises to do to find it. And yet it's just as elusive. You know, there's little blips. That's what I love, is the little blips of, oh, I see you. But then you know, like I said, like a cloud, it's constantly changing forms like a cloud. Sometimes it's a cloudless day, and other days it's very, very present. And that is that aspect of you. Some days you completely forget that you have this permanent aspect of you that is always by your side, always there for you, has never left your side, is taking a look at all your memories, is taking a look at all your feelings and your thoughts and your imaginations and your beliefs and your ideas and your world and your governments. It's looking at it all, but not from a space of judgment, not even love. You know, we make such a big deal about love, but love is yet another thing that comes and goes and comes and goes. And because love feels so good, because love is just, wow, you know, I'm staying here forever and ever and ever. You know, we make love out to be what death must be like. You know, when you die, you move to love, you go to heaven, and we dress up heaven and we dress up death as love, as unconditional, purest of love. And yet love is just another state. It's just another state. Not to burst your bubble about love. I mean, how awesome is it that we get to experience something that wondrous, right? But it's just another state. And it's like, okay, what's behind all the states of mind, the states of being? What's behind all the outfits we put on, all the personas we put on? What's behind there? There it is. Again, you can call it your soul, you can call it your spirit, you can call it whatever you want. It's invisible, that's for sure. It doesn't, you know, it's not something you look at and recognize, because it's more feeling, right? You feel it. It's not something you can imagine. It's behind all of that. It's behind all of those interactions. And it's aware. So what do you think? What is it for you? What does it feel like for you? Does it feel like it plays with everything you play with? I think so. I would like to know that this aspect of me is a very playful part of me, because I love that. And why not? It definitely is there for you if you want to dress it up, if you want to give it a state, but it is also stateless. And this is just my interaction with it. Your interaction is going to be different. Your interaction is going to be unique as you. So let me know what you think. And isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that there's a part of you that is so easy to fall in love with, that is so easy to know that it's always there by your side. It's always there for you anytime you need it, anytime. Never, ever, ever does it disappear. That's probably why I like the headless way, is because the headless way makes it super simple and super easy to interact with this part of you. You know, at any time you can ask yourself, can I see my own head? Not through a reflective surface, but just being here. Can I see my own head? I can see my hands. I can see my feet. I can see my knee. I can look down and see my tummy, but never at any time can I see my own head. And if you take a moment to interact with that, interact with never, ever, 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 ever from the moment you were born, have you ever been able to see your own head? See, understand reflective surfaces are going to reflect to you what you expect. So immediately you are manifesting something. Immediately. You always, every time you look at a picture of yourself or a mirror or your reflection in a window or whatever, it is immediately going to show you, you are immediately manifesting something that you expect. But see, that's the coolest thing about this part of you is it's outside of manifestation, but it's also interacting with manifestation. It's with you within all manifestations, but it doesn't need manifestations to be present. Isn't that wonderful? Because if you really think about the fact that every time you look in a mirror, you're manifesting something that you would expect. In every moment that you're taking a breath, from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go to sleep, you are manifesting things that you expect all the time. Isn't it wonderful to know that if you were to step outside of what you know, and you can call that death, you can call it whatever you want, this aspect of you is there too. It never leaves your side, no matter what journey, what adventure you play in. So it's, again, this is a rabbit hole. This is big. This is a fun discussion, but that's me. I love, the bigger we can go, the better. But when you simplify, when you remove it all, remove everything we cling to, everything we could care less about, every single thing that's physical, every single thought that is made of thoughts, everything that is made of memory, everything in your current experience right now, this is behind it all. When you remove all of that, it's here. You could say it's all that's left, but I think there's always going to be something, It's like, is it possible to even play with nothing, nothing, no thing, because even nothing is something. Ooh, this is a little too much brain twisting for not having a full cup of coffee. All right, guys, it's fun playing down the rabbit holes. Take care.